What's going on, guys? Talon Slayer, the Pro Division player here, and I'm back with another best of build for you guys. In today's best of build, we're going to be focusing on running a 4-piece setup of Banshee and a 2-piece setup of Predators. So before I even get into the stats on my chest piece and all my other gear pieces, let's start off with the guns. This is how I decided to roll with guns and whatnot. I have a lightweight M4, 19% enemy armor damage, 17.7k base damage, unforgiving, responsive, brutal. Now what's really key about this is the unforgiving and the brutal, because this is more of sort of a tanky sort of support type of setup that I'm running right now. So when I get low down like 1 or 2 segments, I'll be doing more damage. Plus, while I'm aiming ADS, that brutal is coming into play because I'm getting the headshots and whatnot. So there's more headshot damage as well, plus the unforgiving, and then responsive when I'm in their face as well. So you guys got to keep that in mind when you're going for your 4-piece Banshee and whatever other 2-piece you want to run. Got to make sure you have your guns built accordingly. And then back up, I just run the military M870 because it's just whatever. Usually I just use the lightweight M4 because it's the best gun to run with this at the moment, for me at least. So this shotgun has 316% stagger, 138k base damage, brutal, accurate, and responsive. I didn't roll anything yet, which is pretty sweet. I could always get rid of accurate and put maybe deadly, destructive, or something else to work on my shotgun damage, but brutal, accurate, and responsive on a military M870 is a melt. And for backup, I either run this M1911, 25.4k base damage, expert, and harmful. Harmful is the reason I run it over the 9-3R because each hit has 15% chance to apply the bleed status. 9-3R, just because it has destructive, I switch them around from time to time. Now, before we get into the main stats on the gear pieces, first off, you want to take a look at all the set bonuses for Banshee. This is a good solo PvP PVE build for the Dark Zone / team PvE PvP build for the Dark Zone, for the fact that for the set 2 you got 20% looted DZ funds. So when you're killing the NPCs, killing players, getting them bounties when they're rogue, surviving your bounty when you're rogue, that's more looted DZ funds. And then for the set 3 you got 10% damage to target out of cover. Now if you combine that with like Savage Gloves, that's more damage to a target out of cover. And then most targets are out of cover anyways, NPCs, players, definitely. And then for the set 4, this is where things get sweet. While rogue, all ammo is completely refilled every 30 seconds. So you go rogue, you're trying to go manhunt, and you want to keep killing, you can keep killing because you'll have ammo forever. And then plus, damage taken from non-rogue players is reduced by 10%, which is a big plus, especially when you're rogue, manhunt, and you want to get it off, and you got people with Alpha Bridge, multiple Alpha Bridge shooting your ass. So you'll be able to survive. And then when you're not rogue, damage to rogue players is increased by 10%, which is also good, which helps with team support and solo support if you're just farming or whatever and people go rogue on you. And then, on top of that, no Dark Zone XP or currency is lost on death. So that really makes this a good solo PvE Dark Zone build. Now, let's get into the main stats on my gear pieces. So, I have 1243 in the firearms, which is pretty good. I could still get a better chest piece, but this is what I'm working with right now. As I said in my shredder build video, you want everything over like 1200. And then on your chest piece, you want armor, health, and ammo capacity. If you guys missed the shredder build, that'll be in the description. Make sure you guys check that out if you guys would like to know about an enemy armor damage build and shit like that. But see, this is what you want to rock on your chest piece, no matter what chest piece you roll. And then your mask. I didn't really get lucky with this mask for the major attribute, but I got lucky with the main stat and whatnot, so I was able to just keep re-rolling it and get it a little higher, because I believe it was around 1247, somewhere around there. Got 1260, and that's what it's working right now. Put a firearms mod on there. But ideally what you'd want like crit hit chance and then enemy armor damage on your mask. Moving on to the knee pads. Knee pads, you'd want a good roll on armor, and you want a good main stat for whatever attribute. And then on your minor attributes, you want whatever resistances you would want, like maybe some shock and burn, because they like to use shock shock turrets and fire turrets, and then you want enemy armor damage. I'm still working on some knee pads to get that enemy armor damage into play. I'll be doing even more damage. And then let's move to our Banshee Shadow Backpack. 956 armor, I can still get it higher. Main stats 1252 in stamina, and then minor is disrupt resistance. That's pretty good if they try and flashbang you and shit or EMP your ass. You'll probably resist it a little more. Now my Predator Smart gloves, this is where things get down to whatever you want to run. Me, I like running the 4-piece Banshee like this, and then I just run 2-piece Predator because of the reload speed. And then on my Predator gloves, main stat wasn't really as good as I wanted it to be. It's only 1227, but it'll do 5% crit hit chance, 1244 assault rifle damage, and a 60% crit hit damage. That's pretty damn good. Then on my holster, I got 1245 firearms, 1251 stamina, 1267 electronics, and then 604 armor. That's a pretty beast-ass roll on a holster. That's pretty good. And pretty much what you guys really want to do when you're running a 4-piece Banshee is think about how you want to play. If you want to play solo, team-wise, you want to have your stuff rolled like that. Because see, I'm tanky enough to support my team, and then if we get separated for a tad bit, I can still survive on my own by having 5,351 firearms, 312,000 DPS, so I can do damage and tank, and then I can heal myself because I have the booster. And then also, same thing as I touched on in the Shredder build, you want to have your talents a certain way. Adrenaline's good, because say they get you low, you're in your last segment, and you don't have your booster shot or whatever first aid heal you're running, pop a med kit real quick. Get out of fire where they're not shooting you, because if they shoot you once, it's not going to regen your health. So just get in cover or whatever, do what you gotta do so you're not being shot, pop that med kit, and it's gonna give you an overheal like you popped your first aid when you didn't. You just popped a med kit. And then when you're low and you pop that, you got adrenaline coming into play plus critical save. Use a med kit during low health or first aid to increase damage resistance by 40% for 10 seconds. That's also key. And then you got on the move, kill a hostile while moving, reduce the incoming damage by 30% for 10 seconds, which also helps to tanking and whatnot, and supporting your team, and also being able to survive solo. And now steady hands, this is where it's debatable. Usually you'd probably run steady hands, pop in the cover real quick, get reduced recoil if you're fighting at range. But you could switch that out for desperate times, reach low health to increase blind fire accuracy by 20%, which is good. Or you can have tech support, kill a hostile while any skill is deployed to extend any active skill duration by 10%. Say you're running like an immune station or something, kill a target real quick, you got the duration of that up by 10%. Then you got evasive action. You can pretty much roll whatever you want here based on your play style, but usually you want to run steady hands. And that's what we got there on the talents. Abilities, this is down to the player once again. Me, I like running the booster, so I just keep the booster. And then since I'm usually in a team when I run this build, I have the immunizer. And that's how everything is checking out now. So stat wise, everything looks pretty well. Now don't mind the crit hit chance that is low and the crit hit damage, because the crit hit chance when I run a team, whoever has the pulse is usually at over 100,000 skill power, so the pulse is really benefiting to me and the team. And they usually have pulse like crit hit chance, crit hit damage, performance mods on, so that helps on the crit hit chance when that pulse is out. And then on the crit hit damage, once again with the pulse, and the headshot damage because of my attachments and the brutal. And I just got 2% stability here from my attachment. But pretty much you want to go on your weapon stats based on your playstyle. You want damage and shit, and you like the face tank, you wouldn't care too much about stability because you're in their face, so stability really wouldn't matter. But if you're sort of a range player, you want more stability over damage, so you're always hitting your target. Reload time 2.12 seconds, got 37% reload speed bonus from the 2-piece Predators, and then my attachments, so that checks out pretty well. And then the assault rifle damage bonus, that's what we have going there. Now, yeah, the toughness is a little low, 450, but see, I don't care too much about the base toughness. You guys really shouldn't, because if you just pop a booster, a simple booster, it's probably gonna get you up to around 490, almost 500, or 480, somewhere around there, depending on how your talents are coming into play. So that's gonna help you out big time there. And then when you proc your on the move and your critical save, that's also giving you toughness and resistance, and also armor mitigation and shit. So you'll be pretty tanky just by having those two talents and you proccing them at the same time. Now the health on kill, like I was saying earlier, in place of the mask where the health on kill is, you want crit chance. So health on kill really doesn't matter too much. I mean, you could spec in some health on kill, but that's all up to you. You can either run a 2-piece nomad with this if you guys are really feeling that health on kill, if you're killing them super fast to get your health back. That's a good thing to try. I recommend that. I'm actually going to test that out live in a couple days, so make sure you guys be on the lookout. Enemy armor damage is a bit low. I admit it could be better, but based on how it is now, it works. Now, skill-wise, got skill power, no skill haste, no signature skill resource gain. I don't really care too much about these because that's not what this build is for. 45,000 toughness, 208,000 max health. That's pretty good. Mitigate 53.82%, which is good. And that's without popping like booster or proccing on the move or critical save. And that's what we have checking out there. And then I got my 32% shock resistance, 15% disrupt resistance, 32% burn resistance, which works. Increased kill XP is just there because I didn't get enemy armor damage. And then the rewarded dark zone funds because of the Banshee. Now let's just pop a booster. We're at 450,000 toughness. Look at that. Pop that booster, you go up to 530,000 toughness, just like that. And then your mitigation to change when you proc your on the move and your critical save because you have more damage resistance. So now, just by popping that simple booster, you're going to 530,000 toughness. And I believe it's set around 380, almost 400,000 DPS. So as you're being able to tank more, you can do more damage. And then you're proccing your on the move and your critical save at the same time. So that's adding to that 530,000 toughness you already had from the booster shot. So you're looking at around 600 to 700,000 toughness within those 10 to 15 seconds of you proccing on the move, critical save, and your booster shot. So you guys got to keep that in mind, because it really helps you out. And look, it takes it from 17.7k base to 20.3k. Just imagine all that damage right there. And then obviously you're probably in a team as well, so that's your damage plus your team's damage. You're gonna fucking shred everything. You just gotta know what you're planning to run, what your teammates are running, and how you can contribute and how they can contribute to your damage as well. Hope you guys enjoyed this build video. If it helped you out in any way at all, make sure you guys leave a like. That'll let me know and make me strive to do more for you guys. If you guys would like to put in a request for a build video, make sure you guys do so. If you guys would like to see a specific build in action, just let me know down below. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys stay tuned and subscribe for more content and weekly best of builds. Hope you guys enjoyed this extra gameplay. Did some solo action, did some team action, did some PVE action. Alright guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.